All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the transfer video yesterday. I wasn't really planning on doing a video today. I have a video idea that I'm going to be doing with you guys over the weekend. It was on a hot takes video. I haven't recorded it yet, so if you guys want to go on my Twitter account, you guys can go reply with a hot take. I'm going to probably go through at least 20, 30, 40 of them. There's already 200 replies, but feel free to go for that. We'll have that video probably this weekend. Today, we're going to talk about, there's two more major reports, and yesterday when we were talking about transfer news, these reports really weren't building any legitimacy or accuracy. One of the reports is quite surprising to me, to be fair. Like, I really wasn't expecting this transfer, so we're going to go through those. If you guys enjoy any of the videos on this channel, man, you guys know the best way to support is just a thumbs up, and let me know what you guys want to see. You know, is there any crazy transfer you guys are expecting in January? We're going to go through, talk about two main stories tonight and today, and then we're going to go through at the end, and there's actually like a bunch of proposed leaked rumored transfers. They're not real. Unless I see something from Ornstein or Fabrizio, I'm not really going to buy it. And I know that you guys a lot of the time will say, oh, well, Fabrizio Romano just does tap-ins. But look, there's a certain level of legitimacy that these larger accounts post. I think Ornstein is probably the number one for transfer news. So we're going to get right into it without further ado. So the first one is, obviously, this was a leak and a rumor a couple days ago, and it now seems like the deal is starting to really move along here. This is a crazy potential signing. I mean, Marmoush has been absolutely lighting it up this year. He has been quite the player. I've seen him play a couple games. He's quite ridiculous. So, you know, they've moved Alvarez out. And, you know, now they're looking at a scenario where they want to bring in another really viable attacker, a versatile attacker. You know, I think he can play, for sure, striker. He can play out wide as well. I just worry, man. Like, I worry about players that go to Man City. And it's not that every player that's gone here has been bad. I think there's probably a larger chance that a player is going to go to United and be bad than City. But I worry that when these players go to City, they really, like, start to lose a level of freedom. Like, and a prime example of it is Jack Grealish. If you go watch Jack Grealish's highlights at Villa, like, the guy is another level because he has this certain way to express himself. And when you get put in this system, yes, you will probably end up with more trophies, but, you know, is it as prosperous for your own personal career? You know, we will see. This guy is cooking right now. I don't want to see him, you know, only cook for what, a couple months, a year, or 2 years, and then kind of just, you know, end up as a rotational system player. And, you know, even like a good example is, like, I know it takes time to adjust, but like I feel like Savinho just now, you know, you watch the last game or two, he's a huge reason they did so well in the last game. He's like, just now he's starting to express himself again. And this guy was playing incredible last season. I mean, he was insane. He even played well for Brazil. So it's one of those where, look, I think this is just getting to a point where, like, obviously it's annoying. We look at where City are in the table, and now they're going to go in January and sign Marmoush. Like, how are these guys going to lose? They're already deep enough. But, you know, it's a transfer that, to me, it makes sense. He's playing very well, and I get it. Now, the next rumor we're going to talk about, and this one looks like, look, now it's up to Man City, and it's up to the German club that they're facing this decision. The discussions are already going with the player. So, obviously, Omar, the most important part is that he is keen to go, and he likes it. He likes to move. A lot of the time, that's a huge deal with these players. The clubs can agree, but if the player doesn't like it, so it goes the other way, too. Now the club's got to figure it out. Okay. Then Ornstein also tweeted this. They're also going after a Lens center back who I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to be somebody I do not watch the League One. All right. I don't watch it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know who that is. You can say I don't have ball knowledge. It's just what it is. It says no agreements yet, but they're trying to secure 25-year-old Egypt international and 20-year-old Uzbekistan international. Okay. So this is the one that we're going to talk about. This, I think, very interesting. Okay. So Kvaratskhelia is what I call him. And he is considering, he wants to leave, it looks like, in January. I think that Kvaratskhelia has been leaked to go almost every transfer window in the last maybe 2-3 windows. It's crazy to me that he's only 23 years old as well. We saw what he's capable of at the Euro. Napoli having a very good season. And it's going to be crazy if he leaves, that Napoli, with as well as they're doing, is not going to have Osimhen or Kvaratskhelia on that team. That's crazy to me, that those guys will both be gone, potentially. But because I don't know what's gonna happen with Osimhen next season. I don't know where he will end up. But then, anyways, the report from Ornstein, who I think is very reliable, is saying that PSG and Chelsea are also interested. He mainly reports, though, that Liverpool could move to consider signing him if he leaves Napoli in January. They're not actively seeking a winger, but they admit that they admire the 23-year-old, and they're watching the situation if the opportunity presents itself. Now, the other news that came out about Kvaratskhelia today was that PSG are interested, but they would have to put in an 80 mil bid. Now, let's break this down. Chiesa has had some injuries, for sure, right? I personally look at this situation. I mean, this is a player that has to start. You know, there's players you can bring in. This, for me, is an 100% starter. Like, he's got to be playing on the left. He's got to start 100%. So we look at the clubs that are interested. Chelsea is one of those ones where I get it if you're a Chelsea fan and you might be excited by this, but I just still look at Chelsea like, I think you guys have such a good squad and you have so many players. I just don't know if signing Kvara is going to be great for the team. That sounds really stupid, but like, I just think they have so many players already that I don't know if it's even making sense to me. The left on PSG, to me, is all Barcola. So that's interesting too. What's that dynamic going to look like? They're going to have to switch stuff up. Liverpool on the left, do I have to say more? So this is an interesting situation to see all the teams involved with him potentially wanting to leave. And, you know, to me, they all already kind of have that position filled. So we will have to see where this develops, you know, where this goes into. The thing is, I mean, he's very strong on both sides, so there could be room on other sides. And look, there's a lot of Liverpool fans that are now convincing themselves that Salah is leaving after this season. Because of some interview. I don't buy that. I think he's just waiting for the contract, and I don't see Salah leaving. Playing like this, I know you will say, but bro, Toni Kroos, you know, he left, but he was older, and I don't see Salah leaving yet, man. I think Salah is playing so good, so well, and I think, you know, as much as the recent couple Liverpool games, you can say what you want about how they're playing right now, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, both of these rumors, I mean, these are players that are very, very good. Marmoush is a little bit newer to the scene, but he's been absolutely cooking. The potential on him is incredible. His market value is up to 62 mil. Obviously, very versatile player as well. You know, could be used in a two-striker, could be used as a backup to Haaland, can be used out wide. You know, I think City are probably looking at their wingers, and outside of the recent couple games from Savinho, Foden hasn't been playing great this season, right? Play him in the middle anyways. I mean, it's one of those where Doku is good some weeks. Grealish has not been playing. So, like, it makes sense to me that they would want to sign a player that's very versatile. As far as Kvaratskhelia goes, you know, for me, very good player. Where does he fit in with all these teams? How does it work? I think he's one of those players, though, that, as we said, positionally, I think a lot of these teams would be willing to just give him a go. Like, doesn't matter if he can't be in his natural position. Is it going to take the time where it takes time, where we see with Mbappe, he's adjusting, stuff like that? We will see, right? We will see. So, look, we're going to end the video. We're going to talk about, this has been latest transfer rumors, all right? We're going to go through these, break these down a little bit. What do you guys think of these? So, somebody was saying Rashford out, and because Rashford, we reported and talked about yesterday that he is probably going to go soon. That would actually be an interesting one. I'm not really against that. That would be a fun transfer. I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's definitely possible. I don't think he's going to, with all due respect, I don't think he's going to go to United. I just don't think so. Of course, Koundé to Liverpool. I have not heard that rumor. Coman to Arsenal. I have also not heard that rumor. So, again, I don't know how accurate these are, but if we just break these down and think about it, I mean, Coman injury prone, very good player when he's healthy. Ooh. And he's been playing very well this season for Atalanta. Inacio to United. I signed him on FM, I think. Marmoush to City. We just went through that. Ederson to City. Nuno Mensch to United. Wow, that's an interesting one. That is a very interesting one. Xerxes to Juve. I don't see that happening. I do not see that happening. No way. Gyökeres to Real Madrid. I haven't heard that one. I've heard this one. So, you know, maybe there's some legitimacy to this. James is now without a club, so to Boca maybe. Mino to Chelsea. And then Job to Arsenal. Wow, they really messed up, like, Joe Bellingham. They really messed up the the transfers, though. But those are interesting. I mean, the only other report that came out today is Fabrizio actually reported something that I thought was interesting. Let me just pull it up to you guys. This is a final one. So Diallo is going to sign a new contract. Anyone that is a United fan, you know, I'm just putting that one out there. No, it was Ornstein actually who reported it. So let me pull this up for you guys. So Ornstein said something really interesting about Garnacho and Kobe. and I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Wasn't going to mention this in the video, but United will reluctantly consider sale of homegrown talents like Kobe and Garnacho to help comply with financial rules. United is not actively looking to trade the pair, but neither untouchable if they get suitable offers. That is interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some offers for the two of them. I mean, I genuinely I wouldn't. So we'll see what happens from there. Guys, we're going to be covering transfer news on this channel like as it comes in because for me, I love January transfers. I think it's so interesting. I think it's so interesting to see how the teams are playing and what they want to build and add middle of the season to hopefully, propel them to a further run this season or, at the beginning of next season, get someone, into the team and familiar with the squad. So, yeah, I mean, the major stories really, if I'm a betting man, I think Marmoush ends up at City. If I'm a betting man, I think Kvara is probably going to stay at Napoli. That's how I feel. Rashford situation, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I'll tell you this, in terms of Liverpool, right? If Liverpool was able to assemble a situation where Diaz or Kvara was going to play the 9, right? They would have Szoboszlai or whoever, Curtis Jones, or even Kvara in that spot, Salah and Diaz as well. Obviously, as we said, you got Chiesa healthy maybe at some point. Where's he going to fit in? We're talking that is going to be probably in football. I'm going to be saying this for real in terms of an overall talent, chemistry, TikTok production. I seriously think on par, right? And if not better, as is right now, I think Liverpool attacks better than Real Madrid in terms of on paper. They would have such a stacked attack. Could they make it work? I don't know. That would be interesting. So anyways, we'll be back next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.